Hello students, welcome back. Let us take a look at the summary of chapter 11 constructions. Here we will go through the different things that we covered during this entire chapter, starting with bisecting an angle. So we know that we have different types of angles. One is acute angle, one is right angle, one is obtuse angle, and one is straight angle, right? So the way to draw the bisector is the same. Let's say if I have an acute angle ABC, right? So how do you draw the angle bisector? You're going to take B as your center and cut an arc over here on the arms AB and CB. Now you're going to take more than half the length of this arc and you're going to cut an arc with this point as the center and this point as the center, and then you're going to draw this line segment. If you want, you can even do this with the compass. Maybe you will understand that better. So if this is my line segment out here and this is my angle A, so angle ABC. How do I construct the angle bisector? I am going to cut an arc over here and I am going to cut an arc with this point as the center and this point as the center. Now I am going to join the point of intersection of these two arcs and I am going to join B to this point of intersection. So this line segment BD is the angle bisector of angle ABC. Pretty simple. So this was about the angle bisector. Now let's take a look at the second point, that is the perpendicular bisector. So what do you mean by perpendicular bisector of a given line segment? That it divides the given line segment into two equal halves and the bisector will also intersect the line segment at right angles. So all the angles, four angles that will be made by the, so if this is your line segment here and this is the perpendicular bisector, this bisector is going to divide the line segment and each angle drawn at the center would be equal to 90 degrees. So let's see how you draw the perpendicular bisector. Let's say if I have a line segment AB. How do you draw the perpendicular bisector? You're going to take more than half the length of AB and you're going to cut equal arcs with B and A as the center, one at a time. You're going to mark the point of intersection of these arcs. Let's say it is C and D, and then you're going to join C to D. So CD is the perpendicular bisector of line segment AB. So AO is equal to BO or OA is equal to OB. So this was about the perpendicular bisector. Now construct an angle of 60 degrees. So how do you construct an angle of 60 degrees? You simply draw a ray. So let's say this is your ray AB with A as the initial point and B as the extending arm, right? You're going to take any length on your compass with A as the center. You're going to cut an arc with A as the center and intersecting AB at, let's say, some point D. Now without changing this length, you're going to take D as your center and you're going to intersect this arc at point C and you're going to join A to C. So this angle CAB is equal to 60 degrees. So why is it equal to 60 degrees? See, these two are the length of the radii of the circle with center A. And also remember, I did not change the length of my arc length on my compass. So this length over here is equal to the same length here. So this angle, if you see this triangle CAD or CDA, it is an equilateral triangle because all these sides are equal to each other. What do we know for an equilateral triangle? That all the angles are 60 degrees. Therefore, angle A is 60 degrees. So this is the simplest way to draw a 60-degree angle. Now comes the tricky part, construction of triangles. So we learned the construction of three different types of triangle. First, when you've been given a base of the triangle, then you have been given the base angle and the sum of other two sides. So let's say you have a triangle ABC in which you've been given the base BC, you've been given the sum of the sides, other two sides AB plus AC, and you've been given the base angle B. How do you draw this triangle ABC? It's very simple. You draw a base BC that's given. You draw the required angle B. So let's say your angle B is this. Then you're going to take this length AB plus AC and you're going to cut an arc over here of this length and you'll call it X. Okay. You're going to join XC and you're going to draw the perpendicular bisector of XC. So, and you're going to call such that this perpendicular bisector of XC should intersect XB at point A, and you're going to join A to C. So your triangle ABC is the required triangle where you have the base BC, you have the given angle B, and the sum of AB plus AC is what would be given. It will also be equal to BX. So this was when you've been given for a triangle the base angle and the sum of other two sides. Then comes a similar triangle, but instead of the sum of the other two sides, you've been given the difference of other two sides. So if you have your triangle ABC, you've been given base BC, you've been given base angle B, and you've been given the sum of difference of other two sides. So when you say sum, it could be AB plus BC, when you say sum of other two sides, it could be AB plus AC or AC plus AB. But when you say difference, it means two different things totally. So you could have what? You could have either AB greater than AC or you could have AC greater than AB, right? So here you will have two different types of triangle. So the first one would be with base BC angle B, and where AB is greater than AC, so therefore the difference would be AB minus AC, this would be given. And the second type of triangle would be the same, base BC angle B, and the difference would be AC minus AB, because in the second case AC is greater than AB. So let's take a look at the first type of triangle. So first type of triangle where AB is greater than AC. You're going to draw your base BC just like you did earlier. So this is going to be your BC base. You're going to draw your angle B. So this is your angle B. Now whatever is the length AB minus AC, you're going to take that length on your compass. Let's say this is the length, okay, AB minus AC, and you're going to cut this length out here. So let's say this point is D. Now you're going to join D to C. So D to C. And you're going to draw the perpendicular bisector of DC such that it intersects the extended ray BD at point A. So if this is my perpendicular bisector of DC, it will intersect BD at point A. So ABC is your required triangle, where BC is the base, angle ABC is the required angle, and you have AB plus AC is equal to this, you have AB minus AC equal to this length BD. Okay, so here even if you can see from this figure, see AB is greater than AC, right? So this was the first kind. Now the second kind where you've been given the base BC angle B, but the difference AC minus AB. That is, now this side is supposed to be greater than this side. So how do you draw this? As usual, you're going to draw your base BC, you're going to draw your angle B, but there is a slight twist. See, here you cut the arc of AB minus AC on the same side, right? Now you're going to extend this arc in the opposite direction, and you're going to cut this point D on the opposite side of this line. So your D will now be this point. and then you're going to join C to D. And now you're going to draw the perpendicular bisector of CD such that it should intersect this line segment DB at a point A. So let's say for this you have the doesn't look like a perpendicular bisector. So I have the perpendicular bisector will be somewhere over here. This will intersect at point A. You're going to join A to C and you will have your required triangle ABC, where BC is the base, angle ABC is the given angle, and if you see, you have AC greater than AB. Just by looking at the diagram itself, you can see that AC is greater than AB and the difference AC minus AB. So you got the difference between the two types. See, it's the same question where you've been given the base, base angle and the difference between two sides, but then you need to understand which side is greater, and accordingly you will have to follow either this method or this method. Alright. So I am erasing this section for now so that I can explain you the last part. Okay. So the last part, you need to construct a triangle given that where you've been given two things, the perimeter and two base angle. So, and two base angles. So how do you do this? Let's say you have to construct a triangle XYZ where you've been given the measure of angle Y, measure of angle Z, and this the sum of the length of the sides of the triangle, that is the perimeter. That is, you've been also given XY plus YZ plus XZ. So first, how you're going to get started, you're going to take this length and you're going to draw the base of the entire perimeter, and you're not going to mark it as any of these vertices. You're going to mark it with different vertex names altogether. So AB will be equal to the given length XY plus YZ plus XZ. Then you're going to draw angle Y as angle A and angle Z as angle B. So let's say you're drawing these two angles given. Then you're going to bisect these angles A and B such that they should meet at point. So what do you name this point? See, you have drawn Y equal to A and Z equal to B. So which is the last vertex remaining for X, Y, Z? It is X. So you will call the point of intersection of these two bisectors as X. And then you are going to draw the perpendicular bisector of XA such that it should intersect AB at point Y, and the perpendicular bisector of XB such that it should intersect AB at point Z. So we are not done yet. You have to join X to Y and X to Z. So this triangle, tiny little triangle out here, is your required triangle, where angle A, this entire angle A is equal to angle Y. So this will be your angle Y, this will be your angle Z, and the sum of XY plus YZ plus XZ is going to be equal to the length AB. So this was about the summary. If you want to take a look at the details, we have done each of these sections in the previous videos. So just in case you were not able to follow with the constructions, I have tried to put it together as to make it as easy as possible for you. But just in case you are stuck, please refer to the previous videos to get an idea of these constructions. Thank you.
Hope this video increased your knowledge. For more such videos and a completely free educational content, log on to www.epathshala.org or visit our ePathshala YouTube channel. We have each and every question solved for maths, physics, chemistry and biology. So subscribe our channel, share with your friends, like our Facebook page and follow our Twitter handle for regular updates and important educational tips, and also win ePathshala goodies. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe this channel and enjoy the freedom of education.